You no longer need to memorize a single Excel formula. I mean that literally. Here's the workflow that replaced them for me. Over the next 7 minutes, I'll cover the 4 jobs that used to eat my week: writing formulas, cleaning messy data, finding insights, and building the report at the end. Chapter 4 is the one that genuinely surprised me, so stay for that. First, what artificial intelligence looks like inside Excel itself. No extra tools. Microsoft ships Copilot right in the ribbon now, and it deserves an honest review, because in my experience it's genuinely good at a few things and weirdly clumsy at others. If you've seen the ads and wondered whether it's worth it, this chapter is your answer. Finding it takes seconds. Open any workbook, look at the Home tab, and there's a Copilot button on the right. Click it, a side pane opens, and you type requests in plain English, highlight the top 10 rows, add a column for profit margin, that sort of thing. It works on the table you have selected, which matters in a minute. In my tests, Copilot shines on small, clean, well-labeled tables, formula suggestions, formatting, quick summaries. Where it falls over is big messy workbooks, anything spanning multiple sheets, and data that isn't formatted as a proper table. It also needs a paid Copilot license, around $20 a month per user as of mid-2026. My honest take, nice to have, not the main event. The main event is next. Chapter 2, Formula Generation with any chatbot you already use, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, doesn't matter. This is the workflow from my cold open. You describe your columns, say what you want in plain words, and you get the formula plus an explanation of why it works. It costs nothing beyond accounts you probably already have. Here's the exact pattern. I tell it column A is order, date, column B is region, column C is revenue. Then I ask in plain words, total revenue for Dubai in March. Back comes a Sumith's formula plus a short explanation, and honestly, the explanation is the best part, because after a week of this you start predicting the answers yourself. 3 parts, every time. Describe every column and what's in it, dates, text, numbers. State the goal in plain language like you're asking a colleague. Then ask it to explain the formula back to you. The bonus move I always use, ask when this formula would break. It'll flag blank cells, text stored as numbers, things you'd hit a week later. Chapter 3 is the unglamorous one, data cleanup. Duplicates, names mashed into one cell, dates in 3 different formats. Nobody enjoys this work, which is exactly why handing it to a machine feels so good, and it's where I save the most actual hours. My routine. Paste 10 or 20 sample rows into the chatbot and describe the disease. It answers with a formula, a Power Query step, or it just cleans the sample directly and tells you the rule it used. One caveat from experience, always spot check around 10 rows before trusting the output on thousands. This stuff is fast, not infallible. Watch it handle the classic nightmare, a name column where half the rows are last comma first, half are first space last, all in random casing. It spots both patterns on its own, writes one formula that handles the 2 cases and proper fixes the capitalization. Writing that by hand used to take me 20 fiddly minutes. Now it's one paste. Chapter 4, Analysis, and this is the part that genuinely surprised me. Instead of asking for a specific chart or metric, flip it around and ask, what trend am I missing in this data? In my experience, this one question outperforms an hour of manual pivot tables. Then watch what comes back. On a sample sales sheet, one prompt surfaced a recurring Thursday dip of around 18%, a concentration risk where roughly a third of revenue came from just 4 clients, and refunds roughly doubling after promotion weeks. Your numbers will obviously differ. The point is I didn't ask for any of these, it volunteered them. That shift from answering my questions to suggesting better ones is the real unlock. Final chapter, and it's the payoff, the report writes itself. Once your data is clean and you know the story, you're about 2 prompts away from something you can send to a manager or a client without flinching. Prompt 1. Write an executive summary of this table in 5 sentences for someone who hasn't seen the data. Prompt 2. Which 3 charts would tell the story best? It suggests the chart types, drafts the titles, even the axis labels. You still build the charts in Excel, that's a few minutes. What used to be my Friday afternoon is now about 15 minutes, honestly. The whole course on one screen. Copilot in the ribbon is handy, but limited. Any chatbot writes your formulas if you describe the columns first, and always ask when the formula would break. Hand over the cleanup grind. Ask what trend you're missing instead of what you already suspect. 2 prompts turn the result into a report. And spot check everything, every time. If this saved you even one frantic formula search, subscribe. The next series on this channel is a full AI for business course, covering how I actually run day-to-day operations with these tools. And tell me in the comments which ugly spreadsheet job you're handing over first. I read all of them, and the best ones become videos.